So, begin today. Sitting in cross-legged Sukhasana. We're going to be going through all the chakras. And our intention is to find activation through each chakra so that we can find balance. And you're going to learn about all that, what chakras are and all that. So here we're going to begin flowing through all 7 chakras up to the crown. And we're going to begin with the root chakra. We're going to begin bringing our forefingers and thumbs together, sitting in Sukhasana, and we're just relaxing our arms down. We're sitting up tall through our spine, tuning in to where we're sitting and where we're connected to the earth. With a gentle smile, we just let our breath flow naturally, and we bring our awareness to the line of energy that the breath is creating. Where is your breath flowing in when you breathe in? Where is it filling into? And where is it going as you exhale? Focusing your awareness on your breath visually. Maybe your breath comes in right through your mouth and nose, maybe through your crown. Maybe you can visualize your breath coming through your feet. Just tuning in visually to our breath. We're going to begin to take a deep, deep, deep breath. Even deeper, lifting your shoulders and releasing with gratitude. Take another deep breath in through the belly, in through the lungs, filling up through the shoulders, and releasing with gratitude. Breathing in one more time, in through the belly, filling the belly and then the lungs, filling up through the shoulders, and releasing. Gently beginning to let the chin fall down to the chest. And as we do that, we feel the spine bend at the back of the neck, and we feel our breath traveling up through our spine, hitting any tense spaces. Maybe you feel a little tension here at the base of your neck. Send your breath there. Here, instead of tuning into our natural breath, we're using our breath as a tool. Begin to look to the left, taking a deep breath in any new tense spaces, sending the oxygen to where it's needed. Deep breath in. As we exhale, letting our head fall back down, chin to the chest. Aligning your breath with emotions. On our next inhale, we're going to look up to the right. Breathing into any tense new spaces, keeping the shoulders down, chin aligned parallel, and feeling where the oxygen needs to flow. Letting your head fall back down on your next exhale, back to the center. We're going to begin to sit up tall, keeping your chin down to your chest. And we're going to begin to roll our ear to the left shoulder, breathing in deep through the right neck and through any tense areas that you may be feeling in your neck. Taking one breath here and then rolling to the back so that the head falls down the spine. Breathing deeply. No. Then rolling to the right shoulder to take one deep breath here as well. And then flowing down back to the chin, to the chest, over to the left shoulder, to the back, to the right shoulder. And this next roll, just taking the time if you need to stop somewhere to send a little extra breath, doing that. As you make your way around back to center. We're going to go the other direction once you meet the chin back to the chest, bringing the head this time to the right shoulder first. Breathing deeply. And then to the back. Taking a deep breath here. Over to the left shoulder. Taking a deep breath here. And back. Taking another round around and stopping anywhere you feel that you need to stop as you do so. We return our heads to the center. And we're going to gently blink our eyes open. We're going to begin to bring our feet flat to the floor. And we're going to open the feet so that they're coming together, and then we're going to let the knees drop down so the feet are pressed together at the soles. We're going to bring the feet in as close as we can to the groin that's comfortable. If you have tight hips, it might not be so close, and that's okay. We're going to sit up tall, adjusting at the seat. And we're going to breathe in. You can take your hands here and you can bring them back into the mudra for the root chakra with the forefingers and the thumbs together. And you can take those fingers and you can chain link them. This creates a sense of balance. We're going to bring your awareness to each toe as each toe presses into the opposite foot. Each ball of the foot down to the heels, pressing into one another. And we're going to take a moment to breathe through our fingertips, our toes. We're staying present in the moment. We're focusing on the root chakra, and the root chakra, a lot of times, feeling grounded, secure, safe, rooted, has a lot to do with being present in the here and now. Being aware and bringing awareness to how you feel, to what's going on in your body at any given moment. This is mindfulness. Here we're reducing anxieties and living in the future, worrying, or being stuck in the past, in depression. Beginning to open your hips by taking your feet and pressing one and then the other into the mat or into the floor right outside of the mat. And we're going to begin to take our hands and press them down into the mat. And we're going to take them and slowly bring one hand and the other under the legs. And we're going to begin to crawl the feet back onto the mat. So here, if you can bring your shoulders under as much as you can, we're bringing the feet in closer, and then we're going to slowly drop our head down, letting our hands open. Breathing deeply, releasing through the lower back. Yeah. Here, we're going to take a deep breath into our lower belly, all constricted. As we're breathing into our lower belly, we're going to envision the color orange, filling all through our lap. We're beginning to draw our breath. Each inhale, filling at the belly, filling in at the hips, filling in at the lower back. And each exhale, stirring and brightening this energy stored in our lower belly at the sacral chakra. We're going to begin to crawl our hands in and begin to get our feet flat again so that they're both pressing into the mat. And we're going to take a moment to feel our presence. Breathing in through the hands and the feet, we fill the lower belly. Pressing our hands into the mat to crawl up, we bring the soles of the feet back together, and we scooch forward and recline back into Supta Baddha Konasana. Our knees falling to the side so we feel even further hip open. Warming up the low body, we breathe through each inhale and exhale through the feet. We allow the hands to press down into the earth. All of our creative energy, our passionate fires lying in this tiny little space tucked in our lower belly. And we're here to use our breaths to send into our lower belly so that we can ignite this tiny little ember. With each breath that we breathe onto this ember, we see it lighting up a little bit more. And the orange coals burning a little bit further, spreading and spreading, brighter and brighter. Using your breath with each breath to allow this beautiful ember to glow. All of your passionate fire lies here. Your creative energies, your desires, your happiness, genuine joy and pleasure. This next breath, smile big. Feeling the flame begin to ignite in the belly into a spark, each breath a little brighter and brighter. We begin to bring the knees slowly together as we bring the feet flat against the mat. And we bring the knees up into the chest. Feeling the lower back release as we rock side to side, hugging our knees into the chest. We feel a gentle massage in the lower back. Rocking left to right, massaging each hip. Expanding this stretch by lifting the feet into the air and reaching both of the hands to reach for the outside edges of the feet. When you do this, you'll feel your left and right knee slide down the side body towards the floor. Breathe deep as you press each foot down and bring the knee closer towards the side body, towards the earth. Now try that rock again. Really giving a nice massage to each part of the hips. Here we're going to bring the feet pressed together and then down on the mat. Pressing down into the earth with the knees still in the sky. We're going to begin to take our feet and we're going to step them to come off of the side of the mat so that the both of the feet are on the floor and not on the mat. Feeling our hips connected, solid, both sides down, pressed into the floor actively. We're going to begin to press our hands down along our side body as well and lift, raising those hips up in the air. We're going to try to form a straight line here by beginning to roll the shoulders one at a time underneath. We're engaging the glutes and the abs. Press through the feet, pressing up. Press through the shoulders, rounding yourself, pressing up, solid foundation here. We're forming that straight line, sending our long, deep breaths up and down through the front body or through the back body on our inhale. Exhaling around the head and down the front body. Exhale. We're going to begin to take our feet and heel toe back in so that they can meet in the center, keeping that line of energy, keeping it straight there. We're challenging by bringing our shoulders further, maybe under. Maybe if you'd like, you can bound your hands underneath. Keeping that straight line of energy, breathing through the back body. As you inhale, around the head and down the front body as you exhale. Crawling the feet off the mat. Keeping that straight line of energy, you can do it. Breathing in through the back body, around the head, out through the front body. And beginning to crawl those feet in. One more breath here, guys, you can do it. When the feet come in together, we're going to breathe in through the feet, up the back of the legs, up the back body, around the head, and out, down the front body, down the thighs, down the legs. And we're going to begin to lower. 3, 2, 1. Bringing the hips down to the mat. Bring your feet straight down and just feel where you are right now. Connecting to the earth in every spot, bringing both of your hands to the lower belly and feeling as you inhale that breath fill at the lower belly. And as you exhale, that breath begin to contract and concentrate, brightening that ember. Inhaling in, contracting the belly out or expanding the belly out. Exhaling and blowing on that ember, contracting the belly in and creating that beautiful, bright, radiant light. One more breath here. Here, we're going to begin to all meet. Sitting up by bringing the feet flat to the earth, pressing the hands in. And we're keeping the feet flat down here. Yeah. We're going to begin to draw the awareness up into our solar plexus chakra. We're going to breathe in the energy through our belly. This time we're going to fill through the whole belly. And we're going to breathe in golden light energy. We're going to begin to lean back, and we're going to grow light on our feet, finding our balancing point as we lift through the feet. We can keep our hands down here for now. We're just finding our core. We're beginning to find the muscles in our core and activate them. We're going to inhale deep here and exhale, bringing the feet down. Where you lean back, we're going to find our balance and our center line of energy by coming back again. Inhaling, rocking back with our feet coming up. If you'd like here, you can lift your arms out. One more deep breath here. And as you exhale, lowering down. Here, we're going to come again, one more time, leaning back. This time, if you'd like, you can extend your feet up. And the deep inhale, exhaling down. We're going to come over, bringing the knees around into tabletop position. Bringing the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips, checking in. And we're going to just make any subtle adjustments that we need to. We're going to look down at the mat in between our hands. And we're going to adjust from the base of the spine, tucking our tail, adjusting our spine in every vertebrae all the way up to find straightening through the spine. If you need to drop your back or raise your back, adjust your neck. Tuning into the subtle movements that you need to make to create a straightening in your spine. Fingertips spread wide. Fingers maybe drift a little bit to relieve pressure on your wrists. We begin to drop the belly, and we feel the rounding of the spine towards the earth as we look up. Our tailbone coming up. We inhale deep. As we exhale, we begin to lift through the spine, rounding it up, all the way up, feeling like we have a string pulling taut from the middle of our back, bringing our hips in towards our front body and letting our head fall down as we exhale. Inhaling, dropping the belly, rounding the spine down, looking up. Exhaling, finding your little flow here as we round the spine up, tucking the tail and dropping the head. Aligning your breath with your movements. If you need to make a fist here instead of a wrist to help relieve pressure. On our next breath, we're going to return to that straightening of the spine. So again, taking very, very subtle movements to find that straightening in the spine. In true tabletop pose here, we inhale deep, and then we exhale, sitting back on our legs and letting our arms come out into child's pose. We inhale, pressing through the shins, coming back up into tabletop, straightening the lines and the spine. We exhale, coming back in child's pose. Very gentle movements here. Inhaling up, finding your movements, aligning with your breath. On your next inhale, coming up, you're going to remain up in tabletop. Again, checking in to make sure your hands are under your hips, or hands are under your shoulders, feet under your hips. We're going to begin to ground down through the left hand and the right knee as we send out opposite sides, sending the right arm out tall and the left leg out behind us, strong. Finding a line of energy. If you need to come into a fist instead of a wrist, or you can spread your fingers wide and come into a little grip, pressing each fingertip into the ground. Taking long, deep breaths here, engaging at the core. We are activating our confidence, our pride, our strength and will. We're fighting through any insecurities or doubts that we have, and we're growing tall through them and strong. Reach out far and kick out far. See if you can reach and stretch your line of energy through your body. And then as we come back in, we're going to draw the elbow and the knee together to meet first. And then come back to the center. Feeling where you are now and finding that straightening through the spine in any areas that you need to adjust. This time, we're going to be grounding down through the right hand and through the left knee as we send out the opposite sides. The left hand growing out tall, the right leg kicking out behind us, pointing towards the wall, strong. Activating the core, breathing through this straight line of energy in our body. Breathing in golden light energy. We're going to begin to stretch out our arm as far as we can, like we're reaching and like we're pointing our toes, stretching. Taking one more deep breath here. And as we exhale, bringing the elbow and the knee to meet together first before we come down to the center. You're really feeling the core activated. Here, we're going to cross at the legs and we're going to sit back. Bringing our hands into prayer hands pressed together, but with the base of the palms coming just above the navel to the solar plexus chakra. Taking a breath and feeling the fire flowing through your body. Excuse me, release. Here we're honoring our confidence and a humble pride. We're building ourselves, we're building our fire within. We're going to open our legs, we're going to open our arms, and we're going to do some lion's breaths. By inhaling, as we exhale, sticking out our tongue and roaring with a big sigh as we exhale. Inhaling, we're going to draw our shoulders back. Like we're pushing a fire all the way out like a dragon breath. Using our hands too. And inhaling, building it up, sending them back behind us. Exhaling, pushing out with our tongue out and everything. One more breath like this. Again, bringing our hands back down to our center, to that mudra, and feeling the energy flow through our body. Feeling the fire. Where do you feel the energy flowing through your body? Tuning into temperature, sensation. Tuning into your thoughts. We begin to bring our hands with our thumbs pressed into the heart space. And here we begin to bring our awareness into the heart space by drawing our breath, just like we did before through the belly. This time, after it comes through the belly, allowing it to enter in through the lungs and draw up into the heart space. Filling with natural, beautiful green light energy, our lush forest, our open field, details, and mountaintop. Here we take ourselves into our beautiful field of flowers.
What happens if it's not flowers and it's something, another plant?
As long as it's not going to be itchy.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to begin to press through the pinky and the thumb as we open through to create the heart mudra, blossoming our heart flower open through the center. We're going to allow the breath to begin to flow through the mudra at the heart space. We're going to begin to come into a standing position with gentle mindful movements. Meeting at the top of the mat, again with our hands in prayer hands. Begin inhaling and lifting those hands from our third eye up into the sky. We're going to take a deep breath here. Just taking a moment to tune in to ourselves from our feet all the way up to the palms of our hands pressed together. Each breath being sent through our entire body. As we take a deep inhale, we exhale, leaning back, bending at the top of the spine, growing tall through the neck, keeping the elbows in tight, grounding down through the tailbone and the heels. We're opening through the heart space. Taking a deep breath here as we open our heart space. We begin to exhale and let the hands fall forward. Coming down into a forward fold, we bend at the hips. And we hang here for a moment, either grabbing onto the back at the elbows, letting our arms hang, or else interlacing our fingers and letting them come around the back of our head.
Taking a few breaths here in this inverted pose, drawing the energy through different parts of our body. We bring our awareness to the natural flow that's occurring as we hang. Keeping a nice bend at the knee, maybe a little sway. Tuning into what the body is doing. Tuning into what the blood is doing. We're going to let those hands fall if they aren't dropped already. And we're going to take the left foot and frame it with both of the hands. We're going to bounce down a little bit on that left foot to activate the grounding through the left foot. And we're going to begin to lift at the right foot and kick it out behind us. So the right foot, you're pressing that heel towards the wall. And you're feeling a nice stretch up the back left leg. Folding over that left thigh. Maybe roll at the ankle here on the right ankle that's out in this, up in the air. One more deep breath here. On our next exhale, we're dropping that right leg down. And we're going to take our hands into prayer hands. And we're going to trace the line of energy right up through our central meridians as we come into a standing pose, bringing the hands flipped up into our heart, to our third eye, and to the sky. Feeling our body settle as we take a deep breath. We're going to inhale deep here. On our next exhale, we're going to begin to fold forward, letting our hands come down, bending at the hips, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. If you'd like, you can grab your elbows here. You can let your arms hang. You can interlace your fingers and bring them behind your head. We're really coming into this inversion here, staying down and feeling the shift of the blood, feeling the shift of the oxygen flow through your body. We're going to begin to take both of the hands, bending at the knees a little bit, and place them on the ground, framing the right foot this time. And we're going to actively press down through that right foot, bending at the knee a little bit, before we send that left foot back behind us. Heel coming directly to the wall with a straight line first. We take a breath. If you have a cramp, put your heel down, toes up. Now we can begin to maybe flex the foot a little bit, drawing circles in both directions through the left foot that's out in the air. We're keeping it up strong and tall, breathing through, bending over that thigh, breathing into the heart space. Holding strong. Inhaling deep. And returning both feet down on the next exhale. Placing the hands together in prayer hands. And we're going to slowly draw a line up the central meridians as we return to the center, unfolding, flipping the hands onto the heart space, bringing the hands to the forehead and to the sky. We inhale deep. Exhale, back bend. Inhale through the entire front body opening. And our next inhale coming up to the center. Exhale down the heart. Opening that mudra and just feeling where we are right now.
Bringing our hands interlaced together. With the thumbs meeting at the bottom to create a circle. We allow the elbows to extend out along our neck. We bring our awareness into our throat space as we draw the breath up through the belly, up through the lungs, up to the tippy top into our throat space. Here we value expression. We begin to take our mudra and we lift our hands up in the sky on inhale and down behind our neck on the exhale. With our elbows still pressed out, we allow ourselves to lean down to the left on our next inhale. And we find a line through our arms as we take some breaths here, grounding down through both of the feet, keeping straight hips. On our next inhale, coming to the center. Exhaling through the body down and out through the earth. Taking a breath here. On your next inhale, coming to the right side this time. Opening those elbows, opening through the front body, feeling that line of energy through the arms. Grounding through both feet as you keep the hips down. Returning back to the center on your next exhale. Here we begin to twist to the left on our next breath. We're twisting and we're keeping our hips square towards the front. So we're twisting from the shoulders, from the elbows. We're thinking of things that we would like to say, get off our chest. We're also thinking of ways that we feel received and heard. Listen to it. On our next breath, coming back to the center. Feeling the straightening with the hips, everything aligning and taking a breath here. And on the next inhale, coming to the right side, keeping those hips grounded through the feet. Thinking of our internal dialogue. We have so many thoughts in just one day. The majority of them are negative. How can we rewire these thoughts? How can we love our inner critic? Coming back to the center and feeling yourself realigned with the hips and the feet. Taking a breath here. And we're going to begin to look up. And we're going to let the hands undo and fall behind us. So they're coming down behind us with the shoulders rolled back. We're still looking up here, and we're really bringing awareness to the throat. So let's just take some breaths through the throat space directly. Letting those shoulders fall down, we release, come back, rolling to the front. We let our head come to the center. And we do a couple neck rolls like we did earlier at our own pace. First one way, stopping if we need to, wherever we move. Long deep breaths, and then the other directions. Returning to center. We bring our awareness up to our third eye chakra by bringing our hands into prayer hands up at our forehead. Thumbs pressed into the forehead. We begin to bring awareness into our third eye space. Begin to focus in on how we experience intuition through visualization with our inner sight, our inner vision. Here we're going to begin to tune in to where we're standing, grounding down through both of the feet, making sure that the feet are spread hip width apart. Begin to lean over towards the left foot. And if you'd like, as we're actively pressing through all parts of the foot, finding a little bounce in the knee. We begin to open our eyes and find a nice gazing point on the floor as we bring our hands down to our heart space. And we lift through, bringing the toes to the floor on the right side. We're going to begin to lift the right leg into the sky with the right knee up here. We're finding a nice grounding balance through the left foot. And we're going to begin to lean forward a little bit, finding our foot coming behind us. We're going to slowly begin to extend the foot behind us as we extend our hands out in front of us. Same time. If you need to use a partner for this, or a wall, you can turn and find a partner or a wall. We're finding balance by gazing with our third eye chakra. 2 more breaths here. One more breath here. Slowly beginning to come back into the center and rolling out that left ankle as we bring our right foot pressing down. Bringing our hands for a moment back up to the third eye center. We close our eyes and tune in. We find centeredness, alignment. Here we're again going to activate the pineal by finding a gazing point as we bring our hands down to our heart. And we begin to press down through the right foot, lifting the left knee up. And just finding that gazing point, finding that balance. We're going to begin to really press down as we lean forward a little bit, finding the left foot coming behind us. And then we're going to begin as we become parallel to the floor, kicking back at the same time that we're pushing forward with our prayer hands. Breathing through this line of energy, concentrating that pineal activation. There you go, that works perfect. You can do it. One more breath here. And slowly coming back up. And coming in. We're bringing our hands back to our third eye space. And we're just tuning in here. We're visualizing ourselves in our bed, cozy. And we suddenly wake up, it's the middle of the night. And we just need to go downstairs, climb out of the bed, and go downstairs. And check out what's downstairs in the kitchen. We're gonna get up out of our bed, rip those covers off, walk downstairs, down each step, creaking in whatever normal creak spots that it creaks in. Making our way downstairs. And we're gonna walk towards the kitchen. We're gonna flick on the kitchen lights, a little bright, we were just in bed, you know? It's a little bright, it's just squunch a little bit. And we look around and we go to the fridge and we see right on the shelf a lemon sitting right on the shelf. That's all there is. And we are going to take that lemon out of the fridge and we're going to place it right on the counter on the cutting board and open the drawer. And we're going to pull out a knife. And we're going to take that knife and we're going to cut that lemon right in half. A little bit squirted out. And we're going to cut it in half again. And we're going to take that little chunk of lemon and we're going to squeeze it right onto our tongue and just suck on it. And maybe our mouth is watering a little bit. We're activating our third eye vision, our inner sense of sight. And it is directly connected to the physical senses, as you may be salivating in your life right now. Being that we have complete connection between this inner world and this outer world is a realization that occurs with an open crown chakra. As we allow our hands to interlace and our pinkies to come up like our chakra antenna, we move into this crown chakra space. And we realize how intimately connected we are with every single thing, every emotion linked to a sensation physically in the body, every underlying energetic current manifesting here on this physical plane. Every thought, every color, every sensation being translated in this human experience. We're going to begin to come down onto our mats as we come into the crown chakra by bringing ourselves onto our knees and bringing our hands onto the mat. We're going to begin by crawling our hands down. With our hips still up in the sky, we're going to crawl our hands down and come into child's pose with our hips up. This is the puppy pose. Utana Shishokana. So we're getting a really extended shoulder stretch here.
One more deep breath here. And we begin to flip our head so that our head is coming up onto into the earth. And we begin to crawl our hands with it, closer to our knees, closer to our knees. So the top of our head is pressing down into the mat. This is the rabbit pose. So here, as we come as close as we can into the mat, we have our hips up in the air, we have our head flat down, and we allow our hands now to reach back towards our feet with the palms facing up in the sky. The backs of our hands on the mat. So here we're breathing through our connection with our crown to the earth, with our spiritual and our human experiences, connected. We let the hands come back up, so they're framing the head. We lift the head, and we allow the hands to return just around under the shoulders. Here, we're gonna let the right hand come down like it's on the forearm. Not like it, but yes, on the forearm. And then we're gonna take the left hand and we're gonna send it up in the sky. We're gonna take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're gonna bring it down and we're gonna scoop it underneath and thread it underneath. And we're gonna let the left shoulder come down as the right hand opens and reaches towards the top of the mat. We have beautiful shoulder stretch in here. Our hips are still up in the sky. Our shoulders down the mat. The left shoulder getting a beautiful stretch. Unraveling in your next breath. This time keeping the left shoulder down, or the left forearm down on the mat. We're gonna turn and we're gonna let that right arm come up in the air. We're gonna inhale deep and exhale, bringing that right hand down and scooping under, letting the right shoulder come all the way to the ground, letting the left hand reach up towards the top of the mat. Breathing through the shoulder, into the crown, out of the nose. Unraveling here on your next breath. We're going to begin to come down onto our back. We're going to lay down. You can just roll right over from there, Lenny. And we're going to relax down. Beginning to connect through the back of the heels, sinking down into the mat, letting the feet flop to the side. We're here resting pose. And we're going to allow ourselves to completely let go. When you feel you've surrendered, surrender more. Letting the arms grow heavy and the fingers unfold as the hands fall. Letting the head sink down into the earth pillow. Scanning your body for any areas that you may be clenching, holding tensions. Just relax.
Taking the deepest breath you've taken all day. And releasing with gratitude. Gently beginning to wiggle your fingers and toes or stretch or make your way back up to Sukhasana, the Anjali Mudra, seated with your legs crossed in prayer hand. The God in me recognizes and honors the God in you. Namaste. Namaste.